it's Oktoberfest time! Let us know in the comments below if you're going to a local Oktoberfest where you live, or if you're going to the one in Munich, which is the best. The question on everybody's mind today is, why does Oktoberfest, a festival named after the month of October, happen in September? And in order to understand that, you have to get a little bit into the history. So let's talk Oktoberfest origins. The very first Oktoberfest happened October 17th, 1810, and that was on the occasion of the wedding of Ludwig of Bavaria and Theresa of Saxony-Hildburghausen. So they were getting married, and there was this guy at the time who was a banker and a member of the cavalry in the German National Guard. And the cavalry has a lot to do with horses, right? So he was a horse guy. And he went to Max Joseph von Bayern, and he said, on the occasion of this joyous wedding, we should have a big horse race, a big party, and just really celebrate. And the king thought that was such a great idea that he set up this horse race and this 5-day celebration of the wedding. And to understand this point in time, I think you need to know that only 4 years previously, in 1806, is when the Kingdom of Bavaria had been founded. Now, what is the Kingdom of Bavaria? In modern Germany, you have all of these states. You have Thüringen, Saxony, Brandenburg, Bavaria. They are states, kind of like states in the United States. And they're all part of Germany. But 200 years ago, they were kingdoms, little kingdoms. And they were all still part of Germany. But there was a very complicated system to that I could get into in another video. But basically, each one was a kingdom. The Kingdom of Bavaria, right here, had just been founded in 1806. And so in 1810, the King of Bavaria, his son is getting married. And this king, he's very beloved. People really like him. So the event of his son getting married is a really big deal and kind of a source of national pride. I'm going to put this back. So everyone is excited about the wedding, and a celebration just seems very fitting as they set up this big horse race. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm loving this. Whoa, I'm having a great time. We should do this every year, guys. Next year for sure. I love it. Woo! They have 5 days of festivities leading up to it. The happy couple, at least we hope it's happy, got married on October 12th. And so people are, they're giving out food in the town square. They're having big dinners. There's this big parade where everyone's dressed up in traditional dress and the children are singing and giving out flowers, and it's very festive. And then there's this big horse race at the end, and everyone is there. It happens on this big field right outside of Munich, which came to be called the Theresienwiese, the Teresa field, named after the Princess Teresa. So everyone's out there. It's a big party. Everyone had a great time and felt really proud of Bavaria. The next year rolls around, and everyone wants to have this big party again because it was so much fun, but there is not a wedding to celebrate. So they're like, what are we gonna do now? But at the time, agriculture was a really big deal. There was this Landwirtschaftliche Verein, which was basically the professional association for farmers. They were really powerful at the time, And, they had the resources to put on a big party. So they did. They put on this Oktoberfest, and they almost kind of turned it into a state fair, so there was livestock and food and anything you might see at a state fair in the United States. That's what they did. So for a long time, they held this festival every year. Everyone looked forward to it. People started taking notice, so it just gained momentum over the years. And it kind of evolved. And since it is such a kind of a part of showcasing national culture and identity, they wanted to introduce more traditional foods. So food stands with traditional German meats started to come into play. There's a festival section with rides and such. So it really just got more complicated over the years, more of a big deal, until it is what it is today. But why is it in September when it's the Oktoberfest and it was in October? The reason for that is very simple, and that's because if you know about the climate in Germany, you know that it's very cold in October, and it is not ideal for a big outdoor party. Literally the worst time to be outside, guys. Why are we doing this in October? It's cold. I mean, I know why, but why do this sooner next year? I mean, it could be snowing in October. Anything could be happening in October, and it's just not great. So, as early as 1828, a suggestion was submitted to hold the Oktoberfest in September, the third weekend of September. Well, we were just wondering if we could hold Oktoberfest in your field in September? You want to do what in my field? In September? Oh no! Auf keinen Fall! Finger weg! Finger weg! Oh man. But that was rejected initially because this field, this Theresienwiese, where they hold it, was still planted with crops. And they didn't want to make the farmer get rid of the crops early. That's, they're losing a lot of money that way. So they had to wait until the crops were harvested in order to hold the Oktoberfest. So they held the Oktoberfest in October for a very long time, which I guess helped get this name really ingrained, that it's the Oktoberfest. And then finally in 1904, they got the date switched. So it was switched to the third weekend in September is when it starts, and it lasts 2 weeks, and it ends around the beginning of October, which in modern Germany is actually a really good time for it to end, because that's around the time of the German Day of Reunification, which is a German national holiday, kind of like the 4th of July in the United States. And with this being such a big, proud national festival, it makes sense for the end of it to coincide with the national holiday. It's as if there were an Oktoberfest for the 4th of July. That would actually be a great idea. Let's tell someone about that. So the answer is very simple. It was changed because of the weather. I know, kind of a boring end to the story, but that's the truth. So if you go to Oktoberfest now, there will be beer, there will be drinks, there will be traditional German food, everything. So I can only recommend it. And Oktoberfest has become such a big deal that it is now celebrated in other countries as well, in local Oktoberfests. They have them all over the place. So if you live outside of Germany but you would like to go to the Oktoberfest, just check. There might be one in your area. And that's it for today, folks. Go out, enjoy the Oktoberfest, and now you know that the Oktoberfest is in September because of the weather. See you next time!